Okay, right. Welcome back, and we are on to the last two matches. This is, quite frankly, exhausting. Losing my voice as well. I've got COVID. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before, but yeah, I'm sure that contributes to it being exhausting. But we are through. I am not sure how many hours of video, and we are through all of these matches. We're actually running out of time. Only 4 hours left. We're going to get them played, and then I think we'll be done for recording the videos. But what I might quickly do is just request and maybe not connect, like not play them myself, but just have my system and just sort of start the matches myself manually to get them played, but not sit around and focus. And I certainly won't record and comment what I'm doing with everything, but just maybe just play them to play them, and then without maybe making changes and stuff during the match, but just, and then maybe tomorrow we can, or another day, I can go through all the match results and we can just look for interesting statistical trends and stuff to help us make some decisions about what we might be able to do to change our tactic for our youth team to improve it a bit. Right. So the question is, with these last two matches, are we going to keep going with this, or are we going to change something? I'm going to check my match stats for that last game. I'm going to check our box to box. He's getting involved. He's getting the pass attempts. He's getting the headers. He's doing stuff. I kind of like the idea. Now, I'm not sure if it's actually working better for us in regards to, certainly, well, we picked up, I think when we changed it to the box-to-box, we won 4-0, but then we've got a draw and a win and a draw. And before that, we'd obviously won 4 in a row. But it's not about the wins and losses, so to speak, at the moment. I feel like the fact that all the players are involved in the play and the build-up and the contributing and things like that more, feel like that's just a more positive sort of sign to. I'm going to stick with it to sort of build around going forwards for the player recruitment and things like that. I don't. So. I mean, I might change it during the match. I might just try to pay more attention specifically to how to that player. If he's sort of being left behind in the play a bit, or whether he's managing to keep up. But it kind of looks like he's got enough involvement that it seems like statistically he is. So and obviously some of these teams are better than others as well. We've got to bear that in mind. So what we could do after is the ones that we could look at the results of the bot teams, and maybe the ones that, because it also could just be the case that the ones that we're struggling against are the better ones, right? It might not be anything to do with anything completely. Good chance. Yeah, see, it's drift wide. If the guy has really high finishing, he probably just scores there. So there's been quite a few chances where it's like really obvious that the low finishing sort of has cost us, so to speak. Like, it might be the case. There's been like maybe 4 chances with really high finishing. Maybe rather than all those 4 being missed, maybe only 3 are missed or 2 are missed or whatever. None of them. So this is another really good chance. There. Yeah. So 2 great chances. It's looking good. We are going to get there first. It's back in. Another good chance. So, yeah. It's looking good, but we're not winning, so... But yeah, it's very early days, and we've got a good flow of a good chance flow. How many shots have we had? We already had 5 shots, and yeah. Obviously, we won't keep this rate up for the whole match, no matter what. But 5 shots in the first 14 minutes or whatever it was is pretty crazy. About as most as you'll ever see. That was a great chance as well. This is the type of match that if you are on the receiving end of this, you absolutely should have changed something. It's definitely worth rolling the dice. There is like no way that this team survives the whole match under this kind of pressure. Like they will lose. So if you are on the receiving end of something like this at the beginning of the match, you need to change something. I'm not really looking at it necessarily like at the moment. I'm just focusing in on yeah, there's only so many things I can comment about at once, like trying to comment what this other team needs to change in order to make this too complicated, because I don't understand what their tactic, I don't know all their instructions or their roles or anything. So, but yeah, another decent, semi-decent chance. The flow is good. I'm very happy with this. Like it kind of just feels like, even if they randomly hit a goal against the run of play here, like we should just be fine anyway, because we're probably going to score more than one. Oh, another great chance. No, oh gosh. Another. Oh, there we go. Got there in the end. We have had a lot of shots. We have already had 13 shots. Absolutely crazy. In a good way. For us, I suppose. It's not good with the opponents. Felt like our first shot in ages, didn't it? Yeah, but you still don't need to not get complacent even in these types of games. That's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, yeah, we've had whatever it is, 14 shots to 1, and we, but at the end of the day, we're only winning 1-0. If you're only winning 1-0, it's always possible you won't win. That's what it comes down to. So you just need to really try and get that second goal, because in a match like this, just that that 2-goal, it just allows for that really unfortunate thing to happen, but you still win anyway. So as long as we're only winning by 1, it's a very dangerous situation, kind of, no matter how many shots you're having, almost. So you just need to bear that in mind. We do need that second goal, and if we can spot something out, particularly if they're sort of creating any real chances, oh my gosh, great chance. if there's a little tweak we could make to be more solid defensively, then sure. But at the moment, I'm fine. Not particularly threatened by anything. Feeling like we need to do that, but keep an eye on it. But we're still creating lots of chances. I mean, this is just this is easily the best we played in any. When we've scored more goals in, well, still half to play yet. But I think 16 shots is the most more than we've had in any other match, and it's only half time. It feels like it's the perfect, looking like it could be the perfect game to be the last league match, but it's not the last one. It's the second last one. And like that, that's exactly the type of thing. It's like, ooh, there, it could have just been a goal, right? It easily could have been. It could have just, after all of that, we could be 1-0, and potentially that could have happened as the last kick of the game. So we just need to bear in mind that no matter how this is all going, we can always concede a goal. We need that second goal here. And it's quite another dangerous one. It drifted quite through here, quite a few players. You can see their DLC. See that? He's got a yellow and a warning. It's very close to being the second yellow and sent off. It's probably because his DLC, he's like the one that's always needing to step up. And see, and they could have scored again there. The one that's always needing to step up to stop the Carter. So maybe. Thing is, their chances have been coming basically from the crosses, so there's not a lot we can do about that because we don't run fullbacks, so that's basically our weakness. So well, one of our weaknesses, I would say our massive obvious weakness. Just another good shot. I still feel like we should get a second goal though. Like, we really just so many chances coming through. Another cross onto finish. I think we're just alright with that. We just you just need to bear in mind that, like, obviously as we play against better teams with this type of tactic that can sort of exploit us like this, that, you know, our centre halves are going to need to be supreme, like, just perfectly sort of configured, set up, like the right attributes. It's just something like at the moment. We did buy that one centre half, that older guy, just very specifically because it's just too hard to build. There was no foundation at the back to work upon. That's why we did it. Because our other, yeah, they have had some good chances themselves. I'm just gonna pause at this point. Like, I feel like, yeah, we're creating a lot, but that whole, like, you're now close enough to the end where, right, so a few things here. So this guy is, we're going to sub him off, we're going to sub him off. Now he's going to be attacking winger, he's going to be poacher, and I think we leave it at that. I don't kind of like the yeah, I'm gonna just switch him. central like this, because he's not very good. To give him an extra option to lay it back to. Just so that he doesn't end up, like, hopefully just losing the ball or doing silly things as much with it, because he's got a good, easy option to just pass it back to. Oh man, that's just completely split us. This is a goal. I feel like, oh, okay. I just had that sinking feeling like that was going to be a goal. Luckily, he was pushed a bit wide, and I just realised it wasn't his striker, it was this guy, so he probably doesn't have great finishing, but yeah, still. For all of our dominating this match, they easily could have even scored, not just a goal, but they could have scored something like 4 goals themselves. Kind of crazy, eh? Very flowing, open game. At this point, I'm kind of feeling like we really are. Like, let's bring on the second defensive midfielder time. If we get that chance, we are getting close to the end. Right, time to bring on the second defensive midfielder. I guess it's going to be for him. And is that where he goes? I think this guy you want here, and the defensive midfielder you just want there. I'm going to change the tempo. Okay. Yeah, but it felt almost like it definitely was like a match of 2 halves, I think, for sure. We managed to get through it, we get the win, but yeah. Oh, what did we have? 16 at half time. So yeah. But it was yeah, I mean, we win in the end. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy match, I gotta say. Like, it's a type of match that, honestly, that score, it could have been anything. We could have scored 7 goals. We could have won that 7 or 8-0. We could have lost it 4-0. It really just could have been anything. That's kind of the crazy nature of that one. I mean, I don't think we would have... There's not really any, even the most unlucky version of that, we wouldn't concede more than 4. It's also possible that could have, been like 6-4 or something as well. Just crazy. A lot of chances, a lot of free flowing. That's why I like the tactic, though, is just because, I mean, I just like that it's free flowing in nature, that it does create quite a big variety of types of chances. It's kind of why I like it. It's why I'm thinking of it's a good tactic to persevere with, even though, well, as we could just see then, like, it's got some real issues defensively. I mean, normally I would be, my preference with these types of things is to build things that are like super stable defensively and work from back to front, so to speak. But this is very much more like, this is not extremely stable defensively. Pretty much, it's just more like the defenders do the best that they can. You do the best that you can with what you have. But the focus is creating the chances, and I'm kind of finding that interesting. Right. So one more match. I don't know. I'm not sure what if we change something. I feel like we almost just want to change something for the sakes of changing something. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we just leave it because I really like the. I'm just curious to see if that type of chances, if that would happen again. I don't know. Just trying to pay a bit of attention here. So the 17 pass attempts up there. The striker here, he had 10 shot attempts. Yeah, I just felt so our box-to-box midfielder guy, he only had 4 pass attempts, 1 header, 14 dribbling touches, 2 tackle attempts. He did get 3 shot attempts himself, though, in all of that. Not sure, to be honest. I think what I'm going to do is... I'm going to just start this match out back on this configuration. And yeah, I think just to try something different, and just to get a yeah, I'm gonna go with this. No particular reason, by the way, just to do something different, because I still want to be, because we played quite a few matches in a row now with that, and we played a few before with this, and I just want to go back and just to kind of sort of compare the difference, so to speak, just to solidify it a bit in my mind, and just have an idea about so tomorrow in our scouting pool, like exactly what type of players we should be looking for. I probably won't record it, but what I might do as well, I might go back through our scouting pool now that I know, like, exactly. I've got a much clearer idea now after having played all these matches about exactly what kind of players we're looking for. So I might go back through the scouting pool in case there is a player that ticks all the boxes for something. And if I do end up buying one, I will point it out in the in the next video. Alright, we've got the Astro Ducks. They're yellow, unfortunately. But hopefully, they got changed to blue. It's interesting. But yeah, luckily with our stripy shirt now, it's easier to tell the difference. So... okay. Happy with that shot? Yeah. And we were happy to give up that type of shot. Those longer shots pushed around to wide angles, we're generally just happy to give them on top. At the end of the day, like, we've only got 3 defenders, so we're going to be giving something up. That's the thing. You're not going to be able to try to stop everything, so you just have to be selective about what's the most important things that you don't want to give up, and be willing to give up pretty much everything else. So very specifically, what I don't want to give up is basically like through balls, like basically one-on-ones in like from the front, in front of the goal. Like we don't want to skip up any super easy goals, basically. So that's the main thing we stop, and just make it so that if they score something, it's either super well constructed, or lucky, or or something just that's not going to be how do you say, like, common? Let's say, like, not a, like, yeah, something might happen that way or whatever, but it's more of like a one-off event type of thing rather than something that would happen to you multiple times in the same match. Wow, that was a fantastic chance. What a shame we missed it. And it would have been a really nice, well-worked goal as well. I'm just going to pause because we created that fantastic chance, but on the whole, like, we haven't created that much. Not really. You can even see. So it was just that really good chance and that one long shot. The type of long shot we're totally happy to take, but that's all we've done. Those two. So I feel like at this moment the obvious thing is to sort of just change our formation to go back across to using the box-to-box midfielder and see what kind of impact that has. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it now anyway. Could do it at half time, but I'll just do it now. Close. Okay, well, I think we've already made our change, what would be the halftime change, so we'll just go with it. I'm just wondering, perhaps I'm going to change this back, just bear with me, and instead first try, and just because we need this fast striker to do this type of thing, and we're really not creating anything much, so this is a much more profound type of change that could change things up. Ooh, that was so good chance. Okay, it's already looking up a bit. Now, to be clear, it was a good chance, but not for that player, because he's not a good finishing composure or anything. So I was very much expecting him to miss, and I'm not sure it's worth investing, like trying to focus too much on getting a right midfielder that can have high finish, just because he's not done end up in those type of situations that often. So it wasn't a good chance for that player. It was a good chance for a different player. We have been exposed a little bit to some degree, I think, with our of the sort of the lack of finishing, like our low finishing attributes for our attacking players. It's been exposed a little bit here in the last match, and this match. I'm just going to hit the pause and start thinking about a change. Yeah. So slow. Can't tackle. It's not great. What about this guy? Yeah, okay. It's not great, but I guess he's... that's going to happen. We'll change him to defensive midfielder, and... I'm just going to change this guy to attacking winger. Now that we play it just for the bit whilst we continue to play this long ball. Just have one extra player to run onto them a bit more. See if that helps. Okay, he got injured. So, alright, that's not good. Because we cannot sub him off. Well, we could, but we don't have another left-sided player. Yes, was always going to happen. And yeah, I feel like time's getting away from us a bit now. Like, we're just running out of time here to do anything much. Right, so let's get our striker off. Get this guy on. We normally give him the poacher role. We can't do anything much about this left midfielder. I'll just change him to wing half or something, so they just hang back. Probably means this guy can go more in the middle, because he will naturally he'll just wait back now. What do we got? One sub left. Guess we might as well sub off Bazil. Bring him on, advance that up. So I feel like this is kind of what we're looking at. I guess we're going to change that back to mixed, and yeah, I guess we're going to go with this. Probably this guy should be the box-to-box midfielder now. We'll switch him over to this side. Yeah, okay. We don't have much time left, so I'm just going to resume straight away, just in case we need to do a very, very quick change, that we know exactly what it is before we start it. I'm really not quite sure if we should have moved him over to the other side because of the wing half was already there, but I think maybe it's okay. I just wasn't sure, and we ran out of time to think. Oh, that was a really good chance as well. We had the chances, that's the thing. Like, in the end, we did, after that really slow start, we ended up making some changes, and I don't know, we did create. Can't be too unhappy. Like, no, here's another just fantastic chance. And we scored. Okay, cool. So we ended up snatching the win, maybe, as well in the end. I'm just going to hit that, hit this to just get this tactical change in. I'm going to change the closing down. That's the main thing I'm going to do. I should have changed the tempo to normal. Damn. Should have changed. I'm going to call another tactical change and try and do that one. I hope we don't concede in the meantime by doing some stupid thing, giving up possession quickly. Okay, lucky we didn't give it up. So I'm going to change the... didn't catch the change. Can I get it now? No, I don't think we got it in time. Yeah, we didn't. Hopefully we win though. Oh no, they got over the... We might not, you know. We may not. Okay, but we did. So yeah, I feel like that was an interesting one. Like we get our cash injection now because we played 12 matches. So yeah, so now when we get our scouting pool, it'll be pretty interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna just churn through these youth matches, but I'm not gonna record them all. So I think we'll just quickly check the match stats and yeah, absolutely. Like we were in control of that one. I felt like on the whole, it's just we were creating quite a bit. We did create the chances. I felt like we could have scored. It was very similar, to be honest, to which match was it? This Hooligans one. Like it was very similar. Like it could have just been 0-0, but this one also could have been 1-0 in our favour. It just kind of felt like a 0-0/1-0 win type of game. Maybe a 2-0 win, and quite possibly you may lose if you're really unlucky, but you're probably just drawing or winning. They're a good foundation for, at the end of the day, like if you're never losing and you're often winning, and sometimes you're winning or drawing sort of thing and rarely losing, like that's a good foundation for absolutely to build upon. So I don't think draws are not necessarily like, they're not bad results. Obviously you want to try and win, but I think a draw in particular where you've for now it's more just about the type of football. Like the results look pretty good. We did all right, actually. Pretty happy on the whole there. But it wasn't really about the results here. It was about trying to get a specific sort of tactic, a specific style of football working. And I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of getting there. So thanks for watching again. And yeah, I think I'm done recording for today. So thanks.